All right, welcome to day number 46. Today we took two losses, totaling for about 1 hour, 1 hour-ish, 1.1 hour. I'll go a little bit into why I took the second one, which is not the valid reason anyways, but let's start with the daily. So daily, initially, this price action haven't developed yet. So I just decided to wait for bullish reaction on this daily order block. We were trading around this area. We had this nice daily candle wick. So pretty bullish so far. 12-hour, same thing in terms of price action development. So this right here, this candle right here was not developed yet. So I, still was looking for longs because we were trading around this area and the candle did not close yet. 4-hour was the only one looking bearish, and if you look at it, there's this order block that we touched and then reacted from. 1 hour at the time, which was around this area, was bullish. This candle was forming still. The 2 o'clock candle was forming still, so it was still bullish. The 15-minute was bearish by the time New York opened, which is here. So it broke structure here and sold off. Could I've shorted this order block? Yes, but that would have been a little bit of a gamble, considering that the 1 minute looks like this. If it went like slowly, touched, then broke structure and then sold off, that would have been a better setup for me. Now, going into the 5 minute, you can see that it touched the fair value gap, which aligned with the beginning on the 15-minute order block, and then we sold off. And it's basically just selling off, selling off, selling off, selling off. And this right here was where I was trying to trade. So the first trade that I did was this. There was this 5-minute fair value gap here. So this one right here, and I wanted to short, right? Because price action was pretty bearish overall. So now, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and basically every other time frame besides the 12-hour and the daily was bearish. So what did I do? I decided to short this. So we come up here, right? We come up here, we set this order block. So bearish order block. And then I wanted to target this, which is 1 hour lows and 12-hour lows. So a pretty nice target there for price to reverse. And I've put my stop loss here. I wanted to put at the wick, right? But the wick didn't give me enough risk to reward. And I saw that the 5 minute formed a fair value gap. So I had this order block and this fair value gap in alignment, to protect my stop. And as you can see, price tagged me out, then sold off, then went back into what would have been losing area, and then hit my TP. If I'm being completely honest, if price didn't tag me out here, I would have probably moved my stops to above here and got tagged out here after taking like one contract here, because I always take profits when it's near TP. So I would have been stopped out, not for the full 2R, but it's still better than a loss. Now, my second trade, and this is where I made a huge mistake, was that at this point here, so you can see it's 3:45, 42, and I was waiting for the 5 minute candle to close and the 15 minute. And what I was hoping was that this 5 minute would have closed above. I would have longed the 1 minute fair value gap right here. I've put my stop loss down there. And then I was targeting this 1 minute order block. Now, in hindsight and me explaining it, like it looks like a good trade. Like you wait for the close, except I didn't wait for the close, because if I waited for the close, this was never a trade, because the 5 minute didn't break structure. We were just going into the highs. We close down here, so this is the lower high, and then we start selling off. So that was my mistake there. I tried again to front run the market like I did yesterday. And I guess the play here would have been to wait for the close on this low, which is in this candle. Maybe, try to enter here which would have not given me an entry. But still, there were plenty of places for me to enter. For example, now that the 5 minute was bearish, and if I waited just a couple of more minutes, this is the order block. We broke the lows. That's the order block there. 5 minutes is bearish, 15 minutes is bearish, everything's bearish. And look at this. Look at this, 252R. Like, let's say I was being conservative. These lows right here, because I was afraid that we would have front run it again. Look at this, 216. So my problem when taking losses is trying to front run the market. And this is something that I need to journal and reflect why I do this. My biggest problem so far, I would say, is that my losing days turn out, instead of taking one loss, I always take two losses, even though I set myself 2 trades a day. But the problem is that I get a little bit frustrated and I try to front run the market with, like I did here with the 5 minute close. So I was just hoping that this right here, this trade would have went to my TP. And look at this, 3R. I usually don't take those. It's ridiculous why I took this. I don't even know now. But yeah, that's day 46. We're back to 50,590. It's fine. I mean, if I get a winning day tomorrow, that's about 400 and we're going back to 51. I'm not really worried about that. I'm more worried about the mistake that I did here that cost me an extra 50. Because this trade, from what I can see, is valid, right? So I'm shorting this order block, this 1 minute order block. I'm putting the stop on this high right here. And there's this 5 minute fair value gap to protect me. It's just that I could not guess if it was this one that would have hold or this one. In theory, this one is the one that should hold because there's the 1 minute order block aligned with it. But yeah, that's a bummer. I think we probably reverse here. If I'm just looking at it now, not trading, but there's this inverse fair value gap, more specifically here, that led to a break of structure, right? So we're probably gonna do a sweep of the highs, then come back lower, and then boom, go up, something like that. Anyways, I'm diverging. This is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you tomorrow.